Every day, something dramatic happens in the Caribbean that affects our lives. We'll give you the details. We'll give you the facts on Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick. Here's Eddie Frederick.
So glad you can join us. Ambitious plan to reduce youth unemployment in Barbados announced. This story takes the lead in today's edition of Caribbean Perspective for Tuesday, 13th July 2021. Details when we return.
Hubbard's big promotion is back. Live free for 1 year. Spend $50 or more in any Hubbard's department and receive a chance to win big prizes every month. Property or vehicle insurance for 1 year. Free internet, cable and data for 1 year. Free fuel for 1 year. Free cooking gas for 1 year. Free electricity for 1 year. Free drinks for 1 year. Extra cash account and the big free groceries for 1 year. Promotion runs from April 1st to September 30th, 2021. Live free for 1 year with Hubbard's in association with Solgas, Flow, Grenadian General Insurance, Carib Brewery, Coca-Cola, Grenada Bottling Company, Grenlec, Communal Cooperative Credit Union, Dutch Lady Milk, Promo, Danny and Supreme. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back. Prime Minister Mia Mottley of Barbados announced an ambitious plan to reduce youth unemployment in the country by securing employment for 2,000 graduates of the University of the West Indies. More in this Barbados Today news item.
The plans, which are part of an initiative called the Future Barbados, were shared during the naming ceremony of the UWI Cayfield CARICOM Research Building in honor of the late former Prime Minister Owen Arthur. It also seeks to reduce carbon emissions, childhood obesity and crime by 50% while providing opportunities for extensive foreign language studies, all by the year 2026.
My government is about to take a proposal for something called the Future Barbados Framework, Future Catapult, where we will use Future Barbados as the Barbados government's moonshot factory, where we will look to work with the young people produced by this institution and other institutions in this country over the course of the next few years, but in particular with the first phase between now and March next year, to help us settle on some goals that we would like to have by 2026, within 5 years. That we want to earn for the government of Barbados at least $100 million in value through either new revenue or cost savings. That we want to reduce by at least 50% the prevalence of 5 major social problems as identified by ourselves, but consistent with United Nations SDGs framework. That we would want that there be at least the creation of 2,000 new jobs against the context of this Future Barbados framework, not for the entire economy, because we will create jobs separate from this initiative for those who can't parse language. That we will also seek to use this opportunity to elevate Barbados to the top 10% ranking on the Youth Development Index, the SDG goals, and the ranking, and also the Social Mobility Index. And that finally Barbados must be recognized as an innovation, as a hub for social innovation.
Mr. William Duguid, Minister of Housing in Barbados, completed a tour of repair work in the aftermath of Hurricane Elsa and paused for a moment to engage the media.
So this is a total rebuild. I'm very happy with the speed that we were able to do this, but of course I want it done faster. But we are moving along, and we're also adding resilience. And if you see here, this is a cross piece and a cross piece at the top, which adds resilience to bind the whole structure together. And in addition to that, we've been using a lot of strapping as well. And we're doing strapping from the foundation, and then we will transmit that as well to strapping of the roof. And this is the beginnings of our Operation Strap It, which you'll be hearing more about in due course.
The island's most popular attraction, Harrison Cave, officially opened its doors on Friday, welcoming scores of locals and visitors for the first time in about 16 months. And officials are upbeat about the future prospects of the facility, which is to undergo some major changes. The new look facility will soon have new features, including a free-fall platform, a challenge course, a children's play area, a canopy zip line, among other things. Marcia Allen, the Chief Product Development Officer with the Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc., told Barbados Today she was particularly impressed by the engaging staff and she's excited about future plans for the attraction.
I think the plans are very exciting. What today for me is very encouraging is to see the amount of very well trained staff, very engaging staff that we've actually encountered this afternoon. I think it augurs well for what Chaka has in store for Harrison's Cave. I think that the plans that they have in stores in terms of all of the exciting additions that they have, the value added segments that they actually have for the plans for the cave, certainly augurs well for both Barbados as a tourism destination and for the product offering that we have here on island. So I'm very excited. Today was an excellent day, and it's just a taste of what is to come. So we look forward to some really amazing things from the cave and from Chaka altogether.
A visiting American family of 7 was delighted with the cave. Tammy McCamish said it was amazing.
We're here with family. We came from San Diego, California, 7 of us. We've had an amazing time, and probably this was the highlight.
Still on Barbados, facing a significant spike in COVID-19 cases all last week, government on Sunday reintroduced a daily 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. curfew with effect from Monday 12th for 2 weeks, and again capped the number of people allowed at church services, funerals, weddings, and those allowed to travel on public transportation. Summer camps and fetes or parties have been put on hold, along with full contact sports or spectators at sporting events. Speaking during a press conference on Sunday, Minister of Health and Wellness Jeffrey Bostic confirmed Barbados' positivity rate for the viral illness had jumped by a full percentage point to 1.6%, and its percentage of infections per 100,000 people had doubled, up from 19 to 38. Saturday alone, the country recorded 40 new COVID-19 cases, and Chief Medical Officer Dr. Kenneth George said more resources would be made available to the isolation facility at Harrison Point, St. Lucie. 90 cases were recorded in the last week alone.
The hurricane season is now upon us, so we as Caribbean people need to remember to think safety and be prepared. Avoid venturing outside during a storm or hurricane, especially if there are strong winds. Rooftops and other debris are often blown about and can cause great damage.
You're listening to Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick.
In other news, hard at the heels of the announcement of the independent candidacy of Stephenson King, the UWP in St. Lucia announced President of the Senate as his replacement candidate. Stanley Lucian of HTS News Force reports.
Less than 24 hours following the formal receipt of the decision by Stephenson King to step down from the UWP lineup of candidates, the party disclosed the person charged with the mammoth task of dethroning the king of that constituency. UWP Chairman Pinkley Francis introduced the new candidate for Castries North.
We have met at the National Council and selected our candidate for the upcoming elections on July 26. I am proud to announce Janine Girodi, who will be our candidate.
Janine Girodi McIntyre said she did not spare a thought in accepting the offer and touts her links with that constituency.
With a great sense of pride and honor, I humbly offer myself as the candidate for United Workers' Party for the great constituency of Castries North.
She said she will do what it takes to get acquainted with all of the constituency she seeks to represent.
I assure you, I will use my 2 feet to walk the entire constituency to talk with you, hear your views and concerns, and to embrace you all. My heart and soul are in this, and I am prepared to do whatever it takes. I've had the privilege of traveling and living in many parts of the world, and whether it be Canada, the United States, Barbados, Trinidad, Africa, or my beloved St. Lucia, I have learned that one cannot thrive without unity. A constituency cannot be built alone. I know I can rely on the support of our great United Workers' Party, for as my dad used to say to me, "Don't worry, Janine. We have a party machinery and loyal supporters like no other."
The former president of the Senate and attorney by profession is a childhood friend of the man she seeks to dethrone. She questions the timing of his departure from the party.
I am truly saddened by the peculiar departure of Stephenson King, especially as growing up with Steve, he was so close to our family. And I am even more surprised by the deliberate timing of his departure. But let me be clear, there are no independent candidates in this election. Any vote that is not a vote for the UWP is a vote for the St. Lucia Labour Party. It is as simple as that.
The United Workers' Party wasted no time in its selection of a candidate for the Castries North seat. The UWP is hoping that what Janine Girodi McIntyre lacks in experience and knowledge of the constituency can be made up by her professionalism, life experiences, and a desire to unseat a giant of St. Lucian politics and childhood friend who's fallen out with the party with which they both grew up. Stanley Lucian for the HTS News Force.
Police in Haiti announced the capture and arrest of the suspected mastermind behind the assassination of Haiti's president.
Haitian police on Sunday arrested someone they suspect was a mastermind behind the assassination of President Jovenel Moïse last week. Authorities accuse Christian Emmanuel Sinan of hiring mercenaries to oust Moïse and plotting to then install himself as president.
Sinan arrived in Haiti on a private plane with political objectives, according to our information. He had contacted a company specializing in security to recruit some bandits and arrived in Haiti at the beginning of June, accompanied by some of them. They were initially supposed to guarantee his security.
Police say what was once a mission to protect Sinan later changed to replacing the president. Following the killing at Moïse's home last Wednesday, police arrested a group of Colombians and 2 Haitian Americans. The authorities said it was a commando unit, armed and trained. According to the Miami Herald, the Colombian suspects said their mission was to arrest Moïse, not kill him. Police later confirmed Sinan had given one of the suspects an arrest warrant for the president, although the details of the alleged plot are still unclear, along with Sinan's motives. There could, however, be an American connection. The Miami Herald also reported that some of the Colombians claimed to have been hired by a Miami-based security firm. And public records show a man with the same name as Sinan had worked as a doctor in Florida, although no confirmation yet on whether it is the same man. The assassination has plunged poverty-stricken Haiti into chaos. The government has appealed to the international community for help. On Sunday, the Pentagon said experts from the FBI and Department of Homeland Security would be traveling to the country to help with the investigation.
Did you know that your friends and family can now shop at the Food Fair from anywhere in the world, and you can receive here in Grenada? The Food Fair and GrenadaMarket.com now make it possible through secure online shopping and personalized customer service. Simply send your loved ones a list of your preferred items or let them fill an online basket, and the items will be available for pickup or delivery. Visit GrenadaMarket.com or thefoodfair.gd today for more details. The new norm. Spread the news.
I am Eddie Frederick. This has been Caribbean Perspective, a whole new approach to highlighting developments in the Caribbean. In the meantime, please continue to log on to CaribbeanPerspective.com for more daily news and more.